Okay, thank you for letting us know.
I just jumped for a
Megan, do you know what grade Heidi Kingdon will be teaching next year? Let me pull it up. I think it's sixth. Can you share that spreadsheet with me and Holly? It's embedded in cabinet, but yes, I will do it right now.
Liz.
I always reference back to the master schedule on there. I think we need to pull it up. Let's see.
Did no one invite Brandon? Both to transportation. Or maybe not.
Yeah.
Oh, for the fire. Oh, we're teaching any math. So that's the plan, and last we have the hires going through the process, but now the hires are already died.
3:30 to 5:30 because.
Can I talk to you?
We scheduled for the 11th of September.
I created an agenda for the second coaches and for special teams. We haven't done that. Oh, yeah, you getting there? Just point out, doing it, but not funning or, here we go, As soon as she walks through that door, no, she can't talk something, she needs to come in.
Come on, Megan.
Hello, ladies. Hi, good, thank you.
Yeah, license.
It's like rolling the dice. Sometimes you get through and it's like, takes a minute, sometimes you're there for 25.
Hi, Joanne.
Yeah.
Hi.
How are you?
And.
Okay, here we go. Let's call to order the PCOE PUSD joint board meeting and flag salute. Salute, ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Dave Keller,
Here.
Jolene Klein. Here. Leslie Edlin. Chelsea Harrison. Jody Reed. Here.
Thank you. Seeking approval of tonight or this afternoon's agenda.
I'll move to approve. Second.
We have a first and we have a second. All of those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. We've approved the agenda. And any public input or public comment? It appears there is not any, so we'll move on. Student achievement. If there's a transportation MOU you want to talk to us about.
Yes, we've worked on for 18 months, getting Greenville High School and Indian Valley Academy to operate over on the campus. We came to the challenge of transporting students, and what we do here is we recognize what's best for all students. And I just have a hard time asking bus drivers to leave high school kids at a bus stop because they don't attend the PUSD school. This is the request of Mr. Schmel and Ms. Washburn. And so we did a transportation study of districts that charge transportation throughout the North State. There's a wide range of costs, and we settled on the amount in there. I believe it's $300 per student. And they approved this at their board meeting on Monday, asking for us to approve with our goal being we want all kids to go to school as often as possible. And so this will not impact us with more routes, more stops, or more personnel. They've agreed that they will abide by the bus stops we have in place in the valley right now. So
I will
look
move to
for,
approve.
thank you.
This is
a specific area only or district-wide?
Indian Valley,
Oh.
it's only in Indian Valley, related to the students at Indian Valley Academy. And in the MOU, it is very specific to state that it does not apply to any of the other communities.
Okay, I'll second.
Thank you. First and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, and then the transportation, safety plan.
Transportation safety plan you guys approve every year as a board. We usually do it in December, which is a head scratcher because half the school year is pretty much up by then. So ask Kyle to work on it this summer. He's able to get it brought up to date, come forward. There are no significant changes to it. Looking for approval, so it is done and on file for the start of the school year. Questions?
I'll second.
First and a second, all of those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion
Thank you.
passes. And I don't believe there's a budget update, but no.
Yeah, so there was nothing of significance between the adopted budget and the 45-day revise that I felt like needed a motion on or needed action. So again, it's just waiting on the taxes. We actually got the unsecured taxes, so taxes are due to the state reporting PABC system by tomorrow. So hopefully I should know something by tomorrow, but again, nothing substantial between adopted budget and today.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And next up is the developer fee justification study and associated things.
So we brought 150 notes and I need readers, so I gotta take them on and off so I can see. So we brought the first read of and the presentation on the developer fee study to you in July. We have a public hearing today for this, but consensus from the board members that had to be absent today for various reasons. We're gonna ask to table 2 and 3 after we have the public hearing to bring back so we can have a vote of the whole board. So we'll look to approve the policy, the administrative regulation, and the resolution in September. But I'm going to turn this to Dave for public hearing.
Thank you very much. Public hearing, California Education Code authorizes the school district to levy fees against any development project for construction or reconstruction of school facilities. This is the opportunity for public comment regarding the proposal to levy developer fees effective 60 days after board approval, which of course will be in September. Now is the time and the place for the hearing. If there's any members of the public or anyone else who would like to speak, now is the time.
He's formally opening the hearing at 4:30 p.m.
Okay, there is no one, so we'll close the hearing at this point.
4:30 p.m.
And we, as you mentioned earlier, we will table the resolution and the other associated items till the September school board meeting.
But you need to have an action to table 8B 2 and 3.
I'll move to table 8E 2 and 3.
There's a first and a second. All of those in favor of tabling this till next month?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we're good to go. Update of Measure B.
All right, we have 2 Measure B projects on tap for you today. Facility, Measure B, there we go. One, we had a change order on the landscaping project, Chester Elementary, for $1,500. It's under threshold. I went ahead and approved that change and bring it forward here for a formal approval. So it gets project done. It looks beautiful out there. The front of Chester Elementary is drastically improved, and automatic irrigation on the field behind. Mr. Corey no longer has to drag his 300-foot hose and sprinkler around to keep that green for the kids. Second is part of the what we approved for the work at for the concession stand at Portola High School. These are the appliances piece, $9,577 for the new appliances that will go in there. So looking for approval on these Measure B funded contracts.
Move to approve.
Second.
You have a first and a second, all those in favor, and recommendation.
Right.
Right.
Okay, and now we have facility updates, sir.
All right, facilities contracts, on the Lights Creek construction on the top. This is part of the insurance, redoing the, concession stand announcement booth at Greenville High School. And, part of the project, they had to take the grade of that parking lot down 36 inches to build the foundation. And when they did, there's a manhole cover now that's exposed. It sits this high off the ground. And Ed Hammer thought that that might be a little bit of a parking issue and an eyesore, so he's got to take it down to grade. Ordered all the equipment. This will not come out of our pocket. This has already been submitted to the insurance company. We have layout striping of the CES playground need to be restriped. And Mr. Corey just did not have the person power out there to have that happen, so we hired a local company out of Greenville to take care of this for us. Current electric and alarm, they're doing the Greenville fire alarm system upgrade. That's the gift that keeps on giving. When you dig into a system that's old, that is that old, it is quite expensive, but this should be the end of it. We have Randy Hovland, who was called into action after a project started by Dixie Fire Collaborative, and they realized they were planting an orchard in an area that was loaded with concrete foundation. And once Randy started digging it up, he called me and said, "This is huge. This is I need some help in terms of being compensated for the project." So that was approved. So the work could be done. Then we've got our preventative maintenance for our HVAC system district-wide. The routine restricted maintenance, 800 square feet of asphalt at Greenville Elementary. It's $9,600, but that we've already been reimbursed for that amount by the company that did the damage. This is part of the solar project. They will be starting, I believe, the next day or two, once this is approved, on the redoing the bathrooms. One of our Measure B projects is actually on the wrong list, but that's okay. At Greenville Elementary, they're doing all the restrooms, and I believe the staff restroom on that, we approved that project back in March with Measure B funds. So now we'll have or move that on 7th. And the Smith Tree Service, when we had our insurance inspection, every year they identify a bunch of problem trees, and so we call them in during the summer, have the trees removed, because if we don't, and then the tree falls and we're negligent and they don't pay for it. So a lot of tree work done. So looking for approval of those facility updates.
Move to approve.
No second.
First and second, all of those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, it passes, and we have the superintendent's update.
You know, as school leaders cabinet, summer's very busy for us, but we're really excited that schools are going to open in just a few days. That's the business we're in. And, you know, a lot of what we do doesn't directly work with students, but it directly works with students. And so we're excited to see the fruits of that labor and get the kids on campus, get back into a routine after a long summer. Had some great in-services with our site administrators last week. They did panorama work. We did work on equitable practice, suspension, expulsion, attendance. And then we also had just an ILT in-service day where we worked together on various number of topics and team building. Very pleased with that work and the team that we have. Shout out to Rob and Don, his crew, maintenance operations, landscaping group. They're working really hard to make sure the schools are clean, tidied up, manicured, ready for kids to come back. So kids and staff feel good about coming on the campus. We have all our new staff here tomorrow at the district office. So that's always exciting. I think about 30 people, 31 people will be here, classified certificated. Day of activities and information. And then I want to remind you, next Wednesday, 21st is welcome back day at Quincy High School. Starts at 8 o'clock. Lunch is at about noon. You're welcome and encouraged to attend. And I will send all the board a formal invite to come as well, just to help us, greet staff and say hi and, thank them for doing the job that they're about to do. So look forward to spending that day with you if you have time. And that's my update.
Thank you very much. Some policy updates, anything controversial or anything you want to discuss?
No, these are all updates that are requested for us. We're going to be going down the road of looking and having discussions about cell phone use, like is happening statewide. But that will not come in a hurry. We actually believe that the policy we have in place will suffice how we enact it on school grounds. But even with that, before we make a drastic change, we'll have some parent meetings. We'll get a student group together, talk to them, and we have to make sure we talk to our teachers because they are the first line of enforcement on that. So, I can't see any sort of change to that happening prior to 6 months. The end of the first semester. But if we're gonna do something, we're gonna do it right. We're gonna do it with a lot of input. The policies on here, standard.
I would move to approve the policy.
A second.
There's a first and a second. All of those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. It's approved. And up next is one of our consent items, and we have minutes from the July 17th, 2024 meeting.
I think you're gonna
We're
have
gonna
to bring
who's
that back.
absent?
I was, so.
Yeah, so we don't have a
quorum.
forum. We need to go that back.
We'll bring it back at the next meeting.
Yeah, so bring them, move the minutes back to the subject.
Anything noteworthy about the service contracts?
No, they're, E-rate support, that's our consultant. Our attorney's fees are on there. California Ag Teachers Induction, when you have agriculture teachers, they actually have a separate new teacher process, induction process that's actually tailored towards them and what they teach. Because farther down, you'll see that we have for our induction with UC Riverside. We have University of Florida Board of Trustees. I know that sounds strange, but that's for the trainings for our UFly elementary curriculum. We have our food services agreement to provide meals for PCS, which this is all standard what we've been doing. AutoCore is how we sanitize our dishes in our kitchens.
We provide the meals for charter at no cost.
It's not no cost. What it is the students provide their free and reduced lunch. And we do all the collection for that. So it's no cost to us. But the part of the agreement is they have to give us all those applications. So we do the collection on that.
That makes sense.
Going through these, Myra Stevens is student athletic or student accident insurance for students that participate in athletics and activities that mom and dad don't have insurance or grandma, grandpa. That's no cost. It's just that they're our service provider. TPX Communications is for our online phone access, and then we provide the PHS wood shop for the longboard construction community class, and there's no cost to use that. We continue there.
So are all the phones now voice over IP? They're all VoIP?
Yes.
Wow,
We have one line in every office that feeds a fax machine.
that's it.
And we have, you're right, we have those little, those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. But
It's
the whole
because of the
district is
town.
$800 a month, that's it?
Well,
For the
right,
whole-
but remember, in the very beginning, there was a substantial setup cost.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, it's super expensive upfront
Yeah,
and
but
then the ongoing.
yeah,
And then what you pray for is that the phone units themselves, they stay functional because they're a little mini computer, and the ones at the administrative assistant's desk that give all the information, they're about $1,200-$1,400 a shot. So,
Okay.
yeah,
It is hard when you're having network issues.
it is, you can't call anybody.
For safety issues, we do provide phones to each of the school sites that
Yep.
they can plug in. So they do have that.
Yeah, the other option for that, I just did it at my office, is to go ahead and pay for Starlink.
Oh.
Because you can turn your Starlink generator, your Starlink modem can be powered by a generator, and then you're up and live.
And then you're.
That's pretty expensive though.
It's $100 a
Starlink?
month, $110 a month.
But we don't have
For
generators.
business, it's
Yeah.
a lot more,
Okay,
but, you know, it could be something to do.
We did that at the hospital.
Okay.
So it does cover our county.
Yeah, oh yeah, there's.
really well, it's crazy fast.
Might not be a bad thing to have for winter time.
It's just a nice backup.
Especially when fire was going on in your.
Maybe I'll have
neighborhood. That's what did it.
Yeah,
Because it would make us functional in the event of a power outage, and that's one of our.
It's,
concerns.
you know, we have like shared service, so it's really weird, like Greenville was tied with Portola, so if something was going on in Portola, Greenville would lose their system.
whoa,
Right, so it,
okay,
Yeah,
something to think about.
yeah, okay.
good idea.
I would move to approve the service contracts.
I'll second.
First and a second, all of those in favor?
I,
Passes. And donations.
we have the,
Yeah, check
It looks
we have
like,
the check registers too.
including a piano. Very nice piano.
You want a motion for which one first, Dave? The
Yeah,
check register?
motion for the donation.
I would make a motion for the donations, with gratitude.
I'll second.
First and a second, all of those in favor?
I,
Dave, you skipped over check registers, item C.
I'm sorry, check register, again, item C, check registers for PUSD for the month of July of 2024.
move to approve.
Second,
First and a second, all of those in favor?
I,
Aye. Thank you. Believe it's 8 field trips, if I'm looking at it correctly.
where is the UC forestry camp? Just
Oh.
curious.
Meadow Valley.
Okay, that's what I thought. I hadn't heard of it called that way.
Probably called it the Fred Camp.
Yeah, yeah,
We're getting fancy.
we are getting fancy. All right, I'll move to approve it.
Second.
First and a second, all of those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries, and this is when we go into closed session. I believe this is the three of us and
Yeah,
superintendent.
yes, I think, if it's okay with everyone, we can stay here. If not, we can go upstairs.
Nice seeing you guys.
Thank you. Sorry I held you guys.
That's okay.
That's okay. It's every day and every night.
You got it, Liz?
And the days that you get like a 5-minute wait.